Gareth, here we are back at St George's Park, 5-0 win against Lithuania last time out. You'd be looking for more of the same this time?
Yeah, I think that we were really pleased with last month's performances, and we got good results on the back of the performances, and that's what we have to focus on again, really. Emphasising to the players that there's been a lot of good work over the last couple of months. They're starting to understand what we're looking for in terms of the way that we want to play. Finland will provide sterner opposition, I think, than to the games we had last month, but that's the next challenge for us. We've got to play against teams that are going to give us problems defensively and that will make it more difficult for us in an attacking sense.
We've got a similar set of players to last time as well. You said previously there's a real spirit growing amongst them. I suppose that's a continuation to build that with time together on the training pitch.
Yes, I think that's how we will build spirit, and I think the game we play Finland this week, the game in Finland actually, what we went through out there with going a goal behind and then losing a player to a sending off, I think that was a good experience for us early on to bond them as a group. They finished the game really strongly, came back from those setbacks, and they're the things that you have to go through to emerge as a team. So we'll have tough tests. You know, it might be this week, it might be later in the season, and we have to keep overcoming those things. But everything we go through will make us a better group, and that starts on the training pitch with the challenge of the training against each other.
Of course, people will look back at the Lithuania game and people remember the incident between Ravel and Wilf in the second half there, the disagreement they had. That's all been sort of buried now, is it? And they're both back in training and working together again as normal?
Absolutely, it was resolved immediately after the game. You know, nothing really ongoing. It was just a bit of frustration, and I guess what, as young players, we have to understand everybody will react differently in certain situations, and the only disappointment for me was, as I said to the players after the game, that will be something that we're asked about rather than the performance and the 5 goals and all the good things that were done by both of those two and everybody else that played on the night. So, but that's, you know, something that we have to learn from collectively. You know, it was those two this time, but we can all learn from what happened.
Prior to training, there was the 2 minutes silence on Remembrance Day. Again, an important thing for everyone to remember and take part in.
Yes, I think you know, it's an important thing to pass on through the ages, that the pride in playing for our country is something that is epitomised by people who've sacrificed their lives to allow us to have the freedom that we have and to be the nation that we are. So I think it's important that those traditions are passed down through the years, and I think, you know, young players respect that and they learn about it, and obviously the conflicts that we take part in are in different parts of the world from where the tradition originally started, but we have to remember the people who've lost their lives in more recent times as well as those from the past.
I had our first training session this morning. It was quite windy and slippy conditions out there, a bit different to the conditions we had in September and October.
Yeah, definitely. But we have to be able to perform in all conditions. You know, we go in the summer and we go to tournaments. It will be hot and humid, and we'll have to deal with that. So, unfortunately, in professional football, it's not an indoor sport. You've got to deal with the elements, and you've got to be able to play and adapt to all of those elements. We're fortunate that everywhere we play at the moment, we have pretty good playing surfaces, and I know the 2 venues we're going to in the next week are great venues to play at, so we're a little bit spoilt in that regard, but a bit of rain won't do us any harm.
And you invited Will Keane along to take part in training this week. It's great to see him back in action. Yes,
I mean, I'd seen a fair bit of him when I was working at the FA before. He's an intelligent player, and I was very conscious that he got his injury training with us, and I thought, you know, when he was ready to be involved again, it would be nice to invite him to train. Now, we've actually had a withdrawal in the forward areas, so if he does well with this, we can involve him in the squad. But first and foremost, it was to let him know that you know, we were thinking about him, and I've seen him play a fair few times for United this season, and he's very close to being ready. So it's just that match fitness now, that match sharpness.
And finally, it's our last 2 games of the year. It's nice to have a double header at home. You know, we're settled at St George's Park, and that's where the squad will stay the whole time. So it allows you and the staff to really get to work with them on the training pitch.
It does, and it means that we know the environment that we're in, and it's 2 venues that maybe haven't, certainly Shrewsbury, we haven't taken the team there to the new stadium before, and Milton Keynes, it's a while since we've been, but ticket sales have been excellent already, so they're going to be terrific venues for us to play our matches first and foremost. And for us, yes, to be based here, the first team arrive as the week progresses, so we've got the blind squad that are here as well, so that gives you that feeling of Club England and what it should be about, the diversity of the teams, and great for the players to all be here at the same time.